Going live. Be prepared. And also check that it has go live. Okay, now
Yeah.
it's live.
Now it's live.
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear us?
Up.
Watch as clearly as we can.
Is my quality finally better?
Yeah,
Or
hopefully not like that podcast.
am I robotic again?
Okay, so
Okay,
it's perfect.
so one thing we want to clarify is that yes, this is our last course we will do for Unreal Engine. But we will still do shorter tutorials as always in the channel. So do not worry, like nothing changed. It's just that we won't continue to deliver more like premium content. We feel like this one already have like everything you need to learn how to create a game from the very beginning, even if you didn't touch Unreal Engine before, to the end. Okay, so yeah, maybe we can show you uh, more details about it. You want to share your screen, Ram?
Yeah, sure. So pretty much, if you just got here, the premium paid courses, this will be the last one, and the free tutorials we have in YouTube, those will be continuing. So yeah, he said short tutorials. Sometimes our tutorials get out of hand, maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, but
That's
we want more time to
relative.
do more game development. So we are taking that time from the paid content to focus on that. So yeah, I have the. You want me to show this? And I need to also share my screen to you. Share screen.
Yep.
Yeah, here it is. Yeah, also you can share screen and because I'm
Yeah.
streaming the Discord. Well,
Yeah, you're already streaming, so let's just check your screen.
It's fine.
okay. So this is the new and
Mhm.
Ooh.
and this is important part of
They
the
say that the
course.
link is down.
Yeah, I will check. Oh,
I can click on it just fine. Can you? Yeah.
no, it's not.
What?
It's not. Um, looks like Teachable is having some problems.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on. Everything's going just.
So we will check.
Earlier, we also had a problem with Discord just before the live stream, so I'm not sure what's going on. That's weird.
Yeah,
Control link is broken. Yeah.
it's okay, guys. Fix is coming super soon.
Yes. Super soon. But yeah, as Mount Ram said, we wanted to do take more game to do game development. We were wanting to do a strategy game for quite some time. So we're gonna try to do that too and show the progress. And I just can't wait for that. I've been wanting to do the game for almost a year now. It happens, yeah. It's free now.
So are there any questions that for sure there are in the chat that we can talk about
Yeah.
fixing this?
Yeah, yeah.
I
Well,
think
I
I
checked
think
it.
need to check questions, but one of them says, "Will this be C++ or blueprints only?"
Okay, so we want as much people to start, and if we put the wall of C++ at the start, then more than likely only programmers will take the course. So my plan is start with blueprints and then do an update to have a section of getting really deep with C++. And that's also the way that most of game companies work. They do a hybrid model. They want the flexibility of blueprints, the convenience that it offers to artists, but also they want the stability of C++ and the optimizations in C++. So that's how one goes around it. You start, usually any prototype will start in blueprints. You don't need to wait too much time compiling. You don't need to wait too much time trying stuff. It's very instant. But when the game is ready to go to the next level, the mechanics are already planned and only polishing is needed, then that's how you can go about it. And
Okay. No. Yeah. So there are some things I want to share about it. So related to C++, while the course will not have C++, we will have private live streams where we will just share with you more information about some topics that were not clear before. Okay. And also like new topics you want to cover. Some people want to learn maybe how to model, maybe how to do C++, maybe how to do whatever. And also is a space for us to interact with you and check your projects. So with this course, we don't really want to leave you alone. We want to actually give you feedback, and we are sure that if you put the hours and if you apply the things we teach, you will get really great results. Like this course start because we wanted to know if it's possible to create a game from scratch from the very beginning, even if you don't know nothing about Unreal Engine, and actually have something like really high quality. So we organized this course in a way that it starts very simple and it will get more and more complicated as you progress through the course. So the first lesson is for free. You can get it for free there. Okay. So basically if you are really new to Unreal Engine, you haven't touched it before, this is a great start. You don't need to learn anything before, and then as you continue, then the difficulty will increase, of course, but also your knowledge, because you will know how to make this kind of games quickly. Okay. Also you will have like a private Discord channel. Okay. So
Mao,
yeah,
one question that I think it's good to answer now is, will this be done during specified dates, college-like program, or is everything pre-recorded with updates coming over time?
it is pre-recorded. It will have the updates. Now it's in early access. You have 7 modules. Okay, that's pretty much like a lot of hours of content, okay? And but we won't leave you alone. It's not like we will give you the videos and then leave you alone with it. We will have a group where we will be giving you feedback, and also we will do live streaming from time to time to check your projects, to check other people's projects, to compare what they're doing, what are you doing, and if you need a hand, then we can give you a hand there. I mean, that's the idea. The idea is that everyone finish with a game, okay? But it's very different from a prototype, and it's very different from being specialized. There are most courses out there, including ours, teach you how to specialize. Why you need to specialize is because companies hire people who are really good at one thing. That's why we teach, for example, modeling. That's why we teach blueprints. That's why we teach VFX, how to do like a specific effect, right? Because these companies want you to become good at something. This course is a little bit different. This course is if you're a person who wants to create a game, instead of joining a company, you can, of course, apply the skills you learn here to join a company, right? You will still need to specialize. But if you want to create a game of your own and put it there on stream and imagine that that day finally arrive that you have your own game, then this course is for that. Now, you can follow along all the steps and you will have the same game as ours. We encourage you to do that at the beginning because we if you just follow what we do, okay, I will change my background. It's a little bit messy. Okay, if you just follow what we do, basically you will learn a lot, right? Instead of just trying to create something of your own. And then with this knowledge, you can create something of your own. And of course, if you want to create a different project, you can create it with us too. We're going to give you a hand in all the projects that you're making. Okay, so like we said, we won't add any more courses, but this will be like a super course that basically has everything you need from the start of the game to the end until we publish it on Steam. So because right now it's not finished, it's not at the full price. And I know some of you may think it's expensive, and it may be in some cases. But I personally have done this kind of investment many times in my life before when I was starting out. And at the beginning, it was hard. But I have taken courses different from this one. I've taken courses that specialize me in some cases. I've taken mentorships with Ryan Beno from Insomnia Games. I've taken courses with Anthony Vaccaro from Naughty Dog. And these are really expensive courses, but also they are the ones that push me the most and actually got me hired in the game industry for working in a big company. So in the end, I believe it's an investment that it's gonna get you like great rewards. From my own experience, I can tell you they're really worth it. Now we will love to make it like free, but if we don't, I mean, if we do that, there are some things that will gonna happen. One is that many people will be able to join, and we only want the people who are very committed to learn a lot. And it's only one, all right? There's no more other things that you need to pay. That's the great thing. And the other thing is that yeah, just like I mentioned before, this one already have everything, and it's constantly updating. We won't create new courses. We won't give you we won't create new content that is not related to this one. This one will get all our attention. Of course, the YouTube channel will have the free tutorials as always, shorter ones. Like Ram said, short is really relative. We have created courses of 1, 2 hours, 11 hours.
11 hours. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't worry. I mean, if you still want to consume our free content, we will try to give you the best free content possible. The difference is that this one have the help from us. Um, basically, you're not alone here. It's not like you will watch on your own. I think that with our help, you will learn much faster.
And this course is only on Teachable, right? It is not on Udemy or any other platform.
No, this will only be in our website. It won't be in any other channel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, Capitalis, we are including all of our marketplace content and all of the tutorials on Teachable too. Hopefully that helps you guys making great stuff.
yeah. Also, you will get all the premium ones we have done before and all our marketplace assets that we have been doing since 2015. Especially the latest ones, which are really, really high quality. One of them was made by an artist that worked for Riot Games. And the other one was also really, really high quality. So just by doing that, you already recover everything. So guys, why don't we show the Unreal?
Okay, I'll open that. This is not it.
I believe for the people who are paying like the membership in our channel, we will be able to put you at discount because you are already like putting money here. Of course, it's completely different. Like the patron will have the courses there as long as you become a patron. This one is like you keep it forever. Okay. So I don't want to scare you guys with the price. I think it's a fair price, to be honest. But let's. I want to show you like what's inside the game.
One thing, can we talk a little bit more about what the people who's gonna buy it, what are they gonna get besides the videos? A little bit more. We have some questions about that. Like we have the live streams, we have all of the assets, we have the tutorials.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have the videos, you have the courses, of course, and you also have the group where you will be able to share with us your progress. We can give you feedback there and also meet other like-minded people like you. Okay, so that we will do live streams from time to time to touch other topics. Okay, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It's basically think of it like an exclusive membership, like that you where you will have all the resources you need to create your own game that will be updating constantly over time.
So DJ Shiro says, I'm just afraid to drop that kind of money and then poof, you disappear like the others have in the past. Like Unreal Master. I haven't heard about him.
No, I didn't hear about him. Hey, yeah, that's the thing about buying in the internet. It's like there are a lot of scams out there. Hopefully we can give you more trust. We have been here with you over a year. We are still here. We're not leaving. And I mean, we love doing games. We have been doing it for more than 10 years. And like basically, this is basically what we do. Even if we wouldn't be here, we will still do games in any other shape or form. Okay. So the support will be as long as possible. I mean, as long as we will keep doing this, it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years. As long as we continue to do this. The idea is we don't want you to leave you alone. Okay.
Yeah.
So, why don't you show us some pretty cool stuff in some of the things that you will check in the inside the game? Because the game is still early access, there's still a lot of things we need to do. But I think there are a lot of topics like animations, like the dash, the trails, some parts of the how you organize yourself to create an environment faster. Parts about blueprints, meta sounds.
Oh, yeah.
Basically an overview, I think.
Okay, so you want me to take care of this part?
Yeah, maybe you can show the blueprints part. One thing I forgot to mention is that the three of us are teaching this. While you can still make the game on your own, when we teach it, it's better to be specialized in one area, so we can teach you more things. Ram will be in charge of the programming, the sounds, the animations, and all this stuff. Guillermo will be in charge of the VFX, and I will be in charge of the 3D art and basically anything that makes your game look pretty. Okay, so yeah, that's one thing to consider. We will teach you different subjects, and in the case, Ram has been doing the blueprint part. Okay. Let's go to the questions later. Okay.
Okay.
I will save the questions. Okay, and later we will answer, so we don't stop the flow.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, let me. There it is. Okay, so here, while Mauricio was talking, I was showing some part of the game. As he said, we are starting off, installing the engine, creating the project, defining a little bit of the game, and this kind of project is special because I'm using how one would develop a game in any type of company. In many YouTube tutorials, including some of ours, because of time, we don't get to do how, let's say, the right thing. We try to do the fast thing that can get you started pretty fast, and then you can get into more advanced later. But here, because this is a game that later on we are planning and I don't know if you already told it, but we're planning to release it on Steam. Or we'll see if it's for free or for something, so we can show all the process, right? All the process of making it, well, designing it, making it, and publishing it. The thing is that we really don't know which other things we could add later, so we need to build the project so it's very easy to extend to. And where is my very easy to create more functionality on top. So that's why we wanted to follow most of the good standards when developing games. We are not like leaving any asset floating around. We want to keep this project clean. So it's not just like any other tutorial or any other course out there, because we are focusing not only on teaching, but also on following the right standards of development. For example, you won't find many casts just for doing casts if you already know blueprints. We are using blueprint interfaces, event dispatchers, whenever it is needed. I read a question about the gas system. Well, we are not trying to implement gas because that will force me to at one point definitely ask the learner to learn C++, and that could be done also in the future. What I'm doing is following the principles of gas to add new abilities. Like, it's kind of the same philosophy, but not using that system. You will find that sometimes when you're using those types of systems, they offer a lot of functionality, which is excellent. But not all that functionality is what you need. So why would we add something that we won't really need right now? That's why we are using almost the same philosophy behind the gameplay ability system, but because that would require some setup in C++, we are opting to do it in blueprints first. Later on I could add a new section on specifically how to use the gameplay ability system, but for now, right now, I'm not doing that. But as we mentioned before, this is going to be updated pretty frequently, and I'll put this something like this so we don't lose our faces. And yeah, I cover most of the blueprints part. We have interactive actors that can be destroyed, abilities like the dash. I'll play from here. And how do we integrate the code? How do we integrate the part of the implementation and the graphic part, right? There, Guillermo added all the VFX. We're creating everything from scratch. And by saying that doesn't mean that, oh, I created this rock or not. Or this tower, I believe you created it from scratch, right? By using some Megascan assets. There's a big misconception that you need to do everything from zero, but you don't. There is already so much material that can be used, and even in AAA studios, they will buy this type of assets. They will use and reuse this type of assets. This was created from a plank, and then it's just stretched, rotated, and more divided, etc. Like, we are trying to create a game like any other indie studio. We have, normally any studio will have a limited amount of time where you need to try to develop as much as you can so you can have a good prototype that you can pitch and that you can get some hype going behind it. After that,
Yeah, Ram,
yeah, tell me.
I want to add something to what you just said. Like you said, a lot of people feel like they need to create everything from scratch, and they really don't. You already have a lot of tools that Unreal give you to create your own game. Like, we feel this is the best time to create games. No time in history has recorded uh, like in this moment in the game industry how many tools you have for free and how much content you have for free. You can really create everything really, really, really fast. And this is what this course is about. It's to teach you how also to use the tools so you can create games fast and also have a really high quality uh, standard on them. Why people want to create things from scratch is because big companies don't want to risk one, the copyright. This is really, really important. Make sure everything you create is original because you don't want to deal with some copyright issues. And the second is you want to look more original. So they want to create everything from scratch. They don't want someone to look at their game, as you say, you're playing Call of Duty, and you're like, oh, look, this is the same barrel I watch in another game, exactly the same, right? So that's the reason why they don't create everything from scratch. But also, they have thousands of people working on it. So really, it's just about the leverage they have. That's why they do it that way. But we don't have it. Even we as three people don't have it. Maybe you're making the game alone. You don't have those resources, and if you have a small team, you also don't have it. So the idea is to create a game really fast and also make it unique and applying the same techniques that big companies do, but to your own game to make it look great, even though you're using a lot of tools. That you have some advantage here. You're using the tools that they cannot use because they cannot risk. They cannot make that risk, but you can. And this is why we believe it's possible for you to create your game.
One small thing that I'm not sure if we mentioned it, and it kind of complements what you said, is that on this course we're only using Unreal Engine 5. We're not using any other program. So, for example, for the effects, and there are some substance textures that you're also getting, right? So you're just working on Unreal. You're not using any other add-on program for it.
Yeah, this is a big difference. For example, we decided we won't show you how we create the textures because that will make you specialize on how to create textures. And we already have courses for that that are already included in this one. Like if you want to check how an impact VFX is created, we have specialized courses already included in that. Modeling, VFX, blueprints, all of that are specialized. So if you really want to go to that part, you can definitely do it. But yeah, that's just some small thing I wanted to add.
Perfect. So the first person has bought the course. So should we do a little dance or what?
Are we going to the questions, or do
Yeah,
we
I
have
think
more things to
um,
show?
I think so. Let me share my screen so I can show you some stuff in Unreal too.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Sure. Also, we're trying to leverage the latest features of Unreal, so a lot of the new technologies, we have been testing them out and also trying to implement them in the already fast workflow that we had for this type of games.
Yeah. So so there are a lot of things that are going on here, like how we design the level. We show you how you can create levels fast. Okay, so how do we do that? We create small little kits here. Like, for example, I have some wood kits that we create. So we start from the very simple. For example, like you can get something like this, right? And you can create something like different, something like that, for example. And then you can combine them to create like a new asset. And these new assets, like, we created kits. So it's easier to decorate the environment. So for example, you want to add the floor, you also have it here. Okay. And you also have the dynamic snow that you have here. So for example, if I were to move this one, the snow will also change based on the position of this. So all these tools let you create these games much, much faster. Okay. You also have, like, for example, a lot of bigger components. Like if you go from the small to the medium to the big ones that are using these assets here and are creating something unique. For example, I'm creating like this kind of floor here. So it's really just as simple as it is to just drag and drop this one, so you can create your games much faster here. We do a lot of that. Okay. And for example, you can decorate this area in seconds. Okay. This one you can also decorate it really, really fast. Let me see, where's my player start? It should be around here. So here you can also use this method to decorate things faster. Okay. So like we said, it's still in early access. So when the game will finish is when we publish it on Steam. That's the commitment we're making. We're going to show you the steps you can make to publish it on Steam. Okay, so there are a lot of things going on here. Like, for example, you have the procedural grass. Like, you have seen this in our free tutorials here, I believe. Like, for example, here you can paint here, and now you will have grass here. Okay, and you can do the same here. Like, for example, you can create a small little pad here, something like that, and you will have grass all over the place. Things like that really help you to decorate your games much faster. For example, I can just go here and put the grass. Uh, there you go. I think it's this one. So I can just change, for example, how much grass I want. I want like 800, and you will have much more grass. And this will change like all the map here. Okay, this will help you a lot to decorate environments much faster. Okay, so you can just come here and just by duplicating some stuff very quickly, you can just start putting more assets here, and you can just decorate your game really, really, really fast. Okay, and we don't show you only how to create these things. We also show you like how you like the workflows like big companies use to create this kind of stuff. So at the beginning it will be like really slow, but you will see that you will be able to decorate environments much faster with this. Like, you can come here and you can do like big ones. You can see how all the assets are renamed, like sizes, like medium size, large size, etc. So it's mostly about workflows that you can use to create your games much faster. Okay. destroyable assets too, how they can interact. For example, if I play here, let me go here and play from here. I can just, you can see that there is it's like a camera shake and it's moving around like this, like very, very, very subtle. But this kind of things, we will touch the principles in the course where you can see, like Ram said before, this is not like a course we do in YouTube, because in YouTube we have limited constraints with the time and everything. But with this, we can show you the exact way of doing things that may take a little bit longer at the beginning, but later you will see that you can create many, many different stuff here. Okay. I don't know, maybe it's a good time to go for questions.
Yeah, it's a good time. So the first question that we need to answer is, if you buy the course with no, sorry, it's not one. How long will this be the price for the course? How long is that early bird price staying?
As soon as it's published on Steam. Now we plan it to be it won't be less than a month, so you still have time to think about it, to check if this is a good fit for you, if this is what you really want. You can get it at the lower price at that time. So it's gonna take some time. That's why we will also do the live streamings, but it's not gonna take like super long time. It's I think making this video and like making the website and everything took us more time than creating the game. So now that we are free to make the game, it will go really, really smoothly. You will see a lot of change in the coming weeks. You will have updates like each 1 or 2 weeks. There will be a new update in the course, where you will have the new section. So you will still have time to catch up. We plan some things, like if you check the website, you will see the future models that there will be. But it's really hard to specify exactly which ones, because the game is also evolving. But another thing is that these videos, we have teach this thing for a long time, right? We never teach game development before. We always do games, but the experts are not really the best teachers on doing this. And we have had, when we start trying to teach, we don't really did it the way we were supposed to make them, right? Like we will teach something and it will take you like a lot of hours to create something, and we were not really good teachers. And even though we really knew what we did at work, we learned that courses have something special. And by doing all the courses here in this channel and all the paid course we create before, we learn how to teach better. That's why all the videos here are really, really short. Actually, they go straight to the point, and you can really, really get like fast results in a short time.
So you
Yeah.
think that sorry, so you think that after doing this course you will be able to apply for a job?
Well, that really depends on the amount of effort you put. Let's just say you are a complete beginner and you follow all the steps. You will know a lot. Now, that really depends on what kind of job. If you are going to specialize, like for example, you want to go for a AAA company, this course may not be the best fit for you, because we're not going to teach you the specifics of how to specialize in some things. Like some companies just want you to, hey, I want to create some trees, and I just want you to create some trees and vegetation, and that's it. That's the only thing you will do, and you will do it over and over, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, for the next 3 years of your life, something like that. Okay, and you really need to be good at trees. This course won't teach you how to specialize. What this course can help you is, after you specialize, you do have the experience of shipping a game, especially if it's a game you did on your own. This is something that big companies are always looking for. They don't want someone who's also specialized in something. They want someone who has the experience of what does creating a game involve, which is experience that is hard to get, right? I'm
Yeah.
not sure if that answers the question, or you want to add something.
I just wanted to add that just drive the point, like specializations could be super specialized. Like, no, you're not just a character artist, you will be like the guy who does the eyebrows. And that's what we are avoiding, right? We want you to know how to make a whole game. We want you to have all the basics, all the fundamentals. And then if you want to take that path, that specialization path, you could do it. It should be pretty easy. Once you have a solid foundation, the sky is the limit. Also, I just wanted to add something, because you were talking about like, oh yeah, we didn't know how to teach. It's like, yeah, just to put a time frame on that, that was years ago, before we started the channel. By starting the channel, we the first videos, like, of course, would be, they are not the best, but constantly we're improving, we're listening to your feedback, we're trying to be more clear, more concise, not go too much around the topic. And that's how we got, I put the logo there, just to be clear. We are Unreal authorized instructors. We took the exam, we took the tests and passed, right? Right now, me and Mauricio are the only two authorized instructors here in Peru. So you will be in very good hands. So now we can pass to the next question.
We have plenty. So is C++ different of C++ used in Unreal?
Yeah, so the basics are the same. The knowledge you have, the flow control, the way you create functions are very similar. But Unreal has a lot of, yeah, you can call it boilerplate code, where you need to add some certain macros to some variables, macros to functions, so the engine can detect them and can use them very efficiently. This is why the C++ code in Unreal is called assisted C++, and it makes it a lot easier to work with C++, actually, and enables a lot of functionality like replication, reflection, etc., that will work with the editor very, very good, very fine. Do you have another question?
Yes. Avatar said, well, you must know, Avatar, that this is an early access game, of course. So far we have 25 hours, I think, but it's gonna be way much later on, right? So it's just not that map and things you guys just saw, right? How big this course will get as an estimate, though?
Well, I can give you an answer for that. It will be as big as it needs to be. We won't want to just stop for having a time frame, right? However, we are carefully designing which videos we're putting there, because we don't want to put you 200 hours of content. Like, no one has 200 hours available to watch. So it will be as big as it can get. There will be, I would like to say, the less time, the better. That's what we learn when teaching. The easier we can teach you how to get somewhere, the better you will learn. But basically, it will have all the required things for basically to create your game. Until you have it on Steam, we're not stopping. Okay, so I think that's the answer.
Hey, we have more. How will the bonuses be provided via download or redemption codes on the marketplace? How is that gonna work?
So as for the marketplace, as soon as you get the course, you will get all the files zipped in the folders. You won't be able to see it in the vault in your Unreal Engine launcher, but these are the same files that are actually updated in the Unreal Marketplace. So there is no difference. So you get it instantly as soon as you get the course. And for the courses, you will also get instant access to the other courses that we mentioned. When you get the course, you will see that you have the action game course with your username. When you're already logged in, you will see the list of courses that you have. You will also see the other courses there.
Yeah, right. And the reason that we don't have we're not offering like the codes for the marketplace is because it gets really messy in communicating with the Epic team to give us those codes and then distribute them. So we wanted to avoid any type of those problems, like, oh, you buy it, you have all our stuff right now, you don't need to wait for us giving you the assets or something like that. They are already in the teachable page, so it should be very easy to download them and get them.
Okay, so we have more questions, and a simple one. What are your computer specs? So out of all of us three, the worst computer is 2070 Super RTX, i7 10th generation, 32 gigabytes RAM, but it's way past what you really need for Unreal Engine 5. So you usually find with a regular computer of 8 gigabytes RAM and what 1080 or even less. You don't really need much. But well, so are you closing the membership channel on YouTube?
Not for now. I believe there's still a lot of value where you can watch all the premium tutorials there. But once you finish them, there is there will be no point of keeping paying for the Patreon. We may do some live streams in the future for the patrons, but I think that's something we need to discuss.
Okay, so next question. Do you have plans to post Android multiplayer game tutorials? Or are you gonna have multiplayer in the tutorial, in the course? Sorry.
Well, multiplayer is a whole beast on its own. In order to teach multiplayer, the right way, you need to have all the knowledge of blueprints and code first, like how to communicate between blueprints, how to organize your systems, what classes are you going to have, and the one of the most important parts is that design of the architecture of the game, like where are you going to store the information of the player, where are you going to store the logic, the rules. And so teaching multiplayer right now, it's really out of the scope. Multiplayer can get also very tricky, and it will be like more than 20 hours easily. So right now it's not in the scope. Also, the game we're doing, I mean, could be also be made for multiplayer, but it's something that we need to really considerate on how much value will be at the end, right? So for now, no, things could change as always. And yeah, something that I wanted to mention on the question that was about the how long will be the this course. Something that it's really important to point out in game development, once you build the base of your game, the mechanics, the assets, there will be a point where you're just generating content, you're just generating new levels, and things get a lot very repetitive. So those kind of parts could be also shown, or could be maybe a time lapse. We will need to figure that stuff out, but we're trying to avoid like repetitive stuff that, oh, you already know how to do this, you already know how to create it. Just by giving you the directions, it's like, oh, this is how we did it. Put this here, create the code like this, and you should be able to do it with the knowledge that you will get from this course.
Yeah, also I want to point out that the course will have, a lot of content, but it's also limited to the type of game we're creating. That's why we're doing some live streams from time to time to touch other topics. While most of the live streams will be related to the course and also checking out your projects, there can also be some times where we can show you more specialized things. Like, I know there are some people who want to specialize. Like, we have been specialists before. Before we work in AAA companies, so we know we have done that before, and we can teach you a lot of stuff too, like, I don't know, substance, modeling, texturing, whatever. And basically, there is a lot of content here that it's hard to say it's only create an action game. It's more like a library of knowledge you will have for life.
Hey, so we have more questions. If this course, will this course be available after this stream, or this is something you'll be posting over the weeks? It is available right now if you enroll, right? It is up right now. So the next
Yes.
one is, sorry. Oh, and if I have missed any question, please can you repost it just in case? So with your project focusing on a certain game design, will the courses that are taught teach the learner how to design it in different ways? Was that clear enough? Or with your project focusing on a certain design of your game, will the course that you're teaching teach the learner how to design it in different ways?
Oh, right. So the workflows don't change really. AAA companies and indie game studios really don't want to leave anything to chance. They create systems, they create design philosophies that you can follow, and that's what we are trying to pass to you. with all the experience that we have, working for this type of companies and developing our own games, we have we yeah we know what worked for us, we know what worked for most of development teams, and in that way the only reason why we don't have a game is for lack of funding or lack of time, because this channel started getting a lot of traction and we really wanted to give back a lot to the community. That also there were a lot of tutorials that we watch and it's like, oh, this is so nice. So what we're trying to give you with these courses, give you those workflows, those designs, philosophies, so you can adapt them later to your own idea. I mean, if you are very new to the engine, then I would say for sure follow the action game so that you end up with a product that also could be used in your portfolio. Like, oh, I already know how to do this and that and that. So if you're looking for a job, then you will be like a jack of all trades. A lot of companies look for generalists at first and then they ask them to specialize, but it could be a good starting point. So even though maybe you're an artist and you're learning blueprints, you will increase your communication skills with the other teams. So yeah, we can we were planning actually to have a section like, oh, you finish the action game, then this section is for designing the game that you really want to make, like your dream game. Yeah, this is the way that we designed this action game, and this will be the next steps, and well, the development, then it will be all yours to make.
Okay, so we also had, hopefully I can apply what I learned to my own games. I'm mostly interested in first-person and third-person story-driven games. And then, will this course serve as a good basis for me for creating, for example, a third-person shooter or an immersive sim game? And one more question, because I think that they're all very similar. Will this course touch every pillar of development?
Well, yes, this course will give you all the foundation you need to create basically any game, because the foundation won't change. It's just that we need to give you an example by showing you the action game. So what we recommend is you follow the action game first, and then with this knowledge, you can apply the same techniques to create any other type of game. Anyone really. It really, the foundation doesn't change. What was the last question? Sorry, the last one you
Will the
said?
course touch every pillar of development?
Yes, it will touch all the pillars of the development. All of them. No step is skipped. However, we won't touch the specialization parts. For example, if we want to put some rocks, I won't teach you how to create the rocks, right? We will just grab what we can from Megascans or whatever. And the same for the rest of the assets, the same for the characters. Like, we will use Epic content to use the animations, but we won't teach you how to create the animation. Okay.
After all, we are releasing the game on Steam, right? So it's gonna be completely done. So we're touching every pillar of that development process.
Yeah. I just saw a question.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you really work for Skull and Bones? That's coming out soon. What part did you have in the development of that title?
yes, I did work on Skull and Bones, the one that's coming out soon. What part I did, I was a level artist. I was in charge of decorating the environments, and I did a lot of stuff that sadly I cannot share with you. That's confidential. But my role at Ubisoft was level artist. So anything related to environments, I was working there. hopefully more future updates when they release the game.
That's all for the questions. Guys, do you have any other question or have I missed anything?
Oh, I read something about learning in Spanish because we also talk Spanish. We also have a Spanish channel. We are not giving it the amount of love it deserves right now, but something that is very important to mention, and most of the people in the chat probably their mother tongue is not English, but the industry is very English centric, so it open us like the most doors. It will open you the most doors. So if you are not comfortable with English, I for sure one of the big steps and one thing that can help you a lot in your game development path is taking classes on that. So you will have a lot more information at your hand. And yeah, it's just a matter of reaching the more people that we can with this kind of knowledge that we really don't find in very easily in the internet. Usually the people that teach this are already working in AAA companies, and we really didn't like that kind of lifestyle. So that's why we branch out and have this the our our little company, if you can call it that. But yeah, that's the reason why this knowledge is in English right now. We can reach the most amount of people that we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was one question, like the course is specifically for action games and offline. I don't want to branching into multiplayer as I understand how insanely difficult that is. I also want to know if there will be material to doing sort of like it's cinematic boss fights somewhere along the way in the course development. For the first one, yes, it's an action game offline. Like we said before, we want to give you an example. There are several types of game before. We will touch more topics in the live stream in the future. But as the game itself, it will be offline. And cinematic bot fights, yeah, we will have a bot fight. And we will plan it to be epic. So we will touch some cinematics there.
Yeah, and also I wanted to touch the part that some questions pop up regarding the YouTube membership and the videos. The videos will stay there, the membership will stay there, because as a perk we had like, oh, we'll give you the courses, like no more paid courses will be added, but the way we are making it up to you guys is through live streams of the content we're working on. One of the extras in the course is like live streams with the people in the course where we can chat, like more interaction between the ones that are following the course. But for the membership it will be more like, oh, it's like an update, what are we doing, and we can interact through the chat. But yeah, so it's stuff that we are looking into it, because we also want to provide some value for the membership, and everyone that signs for the membership really help us a lot, and we are very grateful for your support and for every super thanks that we get here. Also, it makes our day every time.
Yes, and one thing that I think we didn't talk about is if you enroll, please let us know on Discord so we can add you to the special role and chat rooms for the course. That is really important.
Yeah, there are
So
instructions in the course.
Yeah, just in case.
Get
Yes,
it.
just in case.
Yeah. Don't forget, because that's a very important part of the course.
Mhm.
They ask if we can give some advice on how to enter the game industry for environment art domain. Well, I can give you a few tips. One is like really try to master the fundamentals of art, like painting, sculpting, and everything. Go a little bit traditional. I know that's a little bit controversial, but this kind of skill cannot be transferred. It needs to be learned, and it takes time, and there are no shortcuts. That's one thing. The second thing is you can just watch any other content in the internet, free or paid, related to modeling, sculpting, texturing, and just by creating small projects and try to push yourself a little bit each time, you will get there by creating some nice environments. Eventually, if you want to enter the game industry, they will reach out to you when you're good enough. Your portfolio will speak for you.
You don't see more questions. Any other questions, guys?
Yeah, I think we're done.
Yep.
Thank you so much for being here, and we hope you like the course. No worries, new tutorials coming soon, so let us know in the comments which kind of tutorial you want to see. We always read the comments. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So take care,
Yeah, guys,
guys.
thank you so much.
Everyone watching.
Yeah, we'll
And
see you soon.
yeah, and thanks for the support.
Yeah,
Thank you, guys.
thank
We
you. See
appreciate it.
you next time.